Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ramble Pack Podcast. I'm your host, Adam, and alongside my friend, co-host, and fellow game enthusiast, Mike, we're going to take you through some of the gaming news for the week this week. On this week's episode, we steer clear of even more Kingdom Hearts news from last week, discuss some more of the Digimon Survive game that's coming out, a bit about Sonic Origins, and the new WoW expansion, not to mention a possible Gameboy emulator coming soon to the Switch. So kick back, relax, and let's get into it. Alright.
So hopefully I can glance down and get like little snippets.
I'm sure you'll be fine. I don't remember how I started last week, but I'm just going to ask you this week. You play anything fun?
I'm still obsessed with that slime game, so yeah, that was pretty cool. No, actually, also, one of the other games I mentioned that I'm also playing is Disgaea RPG.
Oh, Disgaea.
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
another game
touched
that I
that
was.
since the first or the second one back on like PS1 or PS2.
Oh, you kidding me? When they re-released the first one on PlayStation 4, I was like, "Yep, I'm getting this."
They need to re-release Makai Kingdom, made by the same guys who did it and everything. In that, like, you can go in like random dungeons, I think, and you can fight off against what's his name, Laurel or something, the main demon dude from the first one. You can fight against him and the girl that assists him through that. Plus, you get like a team of Prinnies and things like that too.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a really cool game,
Oh, yeah,
especially if you
because I
like
think
Disgaea, you would like that one.
I like their series. I've only played the first Disgaea game, and Braveheart outside of the mobile game. Oh no,
Oh,
not Braveheart.
I
Wow, that's
have
a
played the
move.
mobile game too. I got bored. No
Did you
offense.
really?
Yeah.
No, most of the time I have it on auto, especially with like the item world and stuff like that.
hmm
Well, I've been playing a lot of the collabs recently. They had what was the most recent one they just had? They did a ReZero collaboration.
ReZero. What? I know that too. What is that? Not
It's
think of it.
the Yeah, it's an isekai anime where kid gets trans as usual gets transported into a fantasy world, meets up with some girl, but the kicker on this is if he dies, he gets brought back to the recent save point or
Oh.
recent checkpoint.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
it's not like a dot hex, was it dot hex slash sign or whatever it was?
No, yeah, it's not like that type of game like SAO or anything like that. It's an actual fantasy
Well,
world,
look
but
who's
because
fancy
of the
saying
magic,
SAO instead of Sword Art Online.
you hear it enough times.
I don't. That's why it took me a second. You said SAO. I'm like, wait, I know that SAO. Okay, I got it.
All right.
I just know the game.
uh, but yeah, at least for him, he's like cursed or something by a witch, and supposedly his curses he gets revived over and over and over again in a certain point in time, and once he reaches
Okay.
a certain checkpoint in the life, it automatically saves, and he has no idea where that checkpoint is. So if he makes a bad decision
Oh, weird.
and dies thinking that hey he can redo it, and
Probably
that
can't then.
decision is it's after the save point, he's screwed.
Jeez. That sounds interesting.
It's a fun show. I didn't think I was gonna get that into it.
Hmm. There was a show one of my friends was talking about a while ago, and I don't remember anything about it except that it takes mythological people like
uh
and gives some crazy powers and they fight the world and each other and stuff. That's not enough to go off of, and I'm never going to be able to remember the name of it. But you seem to
I
know what it is.
I think I do. It's the Fate series. It's based off
Yes,
of a video
that's what I
game.
think. That's right. Yeah. He,
Depending on which one, what?
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say depending on which one you watch, some of the iterations I was okay with. Other ones are really nasty. I'm like, holy crap.
Like violent and gory, or just super
Oh
crazy?
yeah. Well, granted, they're all violent and gory, but like watch Fate Zero if you have a chance. that's supposed to be like a precursor to the actual game,
Hmm.
and it's bad. Oh
Don't
my
they?
god.
I'm probably wrong, but I want to say that they might have a fighting game based off that.
Yeah, that's what started it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like the
That
anime first and then the game.
no, it was the game, and then they based the series off of that.
Well, speaking of games and series and shit like that, how familiar are you with Digimon?
Really? I'm
Hmm? Well, were you a Pokemon person growing up, or were you Digimon? Or were you an equal opportunist and did both?
I did both, but I was 100% Digimon over Pokemon, and I was very pissed
Wow.
at it.
All right. So I was the
I
opposite. I was into both, but I was Pokemon first. I cut my teeth on Blue, and then I got into Digimon, and I'm like, Agumon's my man, and that was it. So to find out that they were making an RPG again, based off Digimon was cool, but then,
Yeah.
you know, it went through 4 years of development hell. It's finally coming out. Do you know anything about the game that's coming out?
I did not. When you mentioned it to me, I was very surprised about that. Like I knew they had the console games and stuff like that, but I've never heard about the mobile game, and it looks like I would be into that.
This one's supposed to be like a full console RPG game. I know that they had a
Is
couple
it?
mobile games. Yeah,
Is it? I
I
thought
think
the
so.
trailer was making it. The trailer was making it look like it's a mobile
Don't
game.
tell me I'm wrong. I'm gonna look it up now. I'm pretty sure it
Sorry.
was like a full. No, you're fine. I'm pretty sure it was just a full console game. Let's see, Digimon Survive. Yeah, PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. Yeah, full on RPG.
And what the hell was I
Oh,
watching?
tactical RPG.
Because at one point, unless that's how they have some of the sequences set up that way, it it did a mock up phone as a background
I'm gonna have to watch the
while there's
trailer again.
gameplay.
Yeah, I didn't remember that. No, it's a full on tactical RPG, kind of like Disgaea.
Ah, no shit. Yep,
Yeah,
that would be up my alley.
finally coming out in July. And at first, I thought it was only Japan based on like some of the articles I was reading, but I guess it's gonna be everywhere, worldwide, on the 29th, 28th, and 29th.
Good, because Japan needs to stop hype and keeping games to themselves.
What? They're not keeping games to themselves. It's a matter of if it's cost effective to bring it over here and translate everything, and if there's enough demand to satisfy doing so.
Mm, come on.
You front the bill. Have them do it. Just pay them. You got like $100,000 laying around for people to translate stuff, right?
Sure. Probably be cheaper to get Rosetta Stone and learn Japanese.
Maybe. I mean, that'd be one way to do it. Learn it yourself and then translate it.
Fair enough.
So did you actually like watch the show and everything, or play any of the old games that they had?
Watch watch Digimon the second series. I think I stopped on the after the third. Had the cards, got the movie when it was released, watched the movie in theaters and got the movie when it was released. Um Trying to think. Had the first PlayStation game when it came out.
Think I know which one you're talking about, but I don't remember the name.
Digimon World, I believe. That was
Sounds
cool.
about right.
Like granted, it would always I'd be very neglectful, and it would always evolve into a giant herd. But
Along those same lines, have you heard of or ever seen the games or the anime of Monster Rancher?
yeah, I forgot about Monster
They are
Rancher.
re-releasing some of their games on the Switch, like some of the newer ones. And by newer, I mean like years ago or something like that. But they're coming out. I think two of them are being brought to the Switch fairly soon.
Oh no shit.
Yep. I used to play that on the PlayStation too. Like back when you were small enough and everybody still had CDs, you'd go and take your mom's CDs out of the rack and just put them in the PlayStation so you see what monster you get out of them.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. That was awesome.
That was cool.
That was that was a nifty little trick. I'm surprised. I forgot all about that.
Hmm. Need to bring back shit like that besides just like this AR card stuff that Nintendo's got.
Yeah, because it was, and I like gimmicks like that. That's awesome because it actually makes you more interactive with it.
So you like VR and AR?
I have it. As far as my dabbling with AR is, I think the most is like Pokemon Go that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I know Seven Deadly Sins, the mobile game, had some AR aspects, but I shut it off. I did the
Okay.
same thing with Pokemon for a little while.
Do you feel like AR
Uh,
is just a gimmick though, or do you think like it's a full-on thing to utilize for games?
I don't know. At the beginning, it seemed gimmicky, but I can see it being used for other things. It working out if done the right way. It's just a matter of the problem is the amount of logistics that has to go into it, and then you have to think about the
You
safety
have to
aspect.
have the right environment for it. Yeah.
Right. Like
There's
maybe,
go ahead.
no, I was gonna say like maybe in certain games, if which is basically the aspect of VR, but like let's say somebody develops a game where let's say Pokemon for example, they set up an environment, they have different locations, would be cool, but the logistics of it's not going to happen. I highly doubt they'll ever spend the kind of money. They rent out like a building or something, theme it up, and the game will recognize you're in that location and tie everything specific to that.
That'd be interesting.
Along the lines of like going along the lines of how we, for example, Lasergate. Have you ever been?
I mean,
It's
I've played laser tag.
there Lasergate's well yeah Lasergate's a laser tag game, but it was a local business that actually just recently closed down because the new owners of the building kicked everybody out and
Oh,
canceled their lease and wanted to turn the building into storage units.
well, that's always fun.
Um, oh yeah, but that obviously like the laser tag rooms are themed and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Have something similar to that idea. Maybe have an interactive with the phone. It recognizes certain things. Maybe, for example, have one room in the aspect of what I was talking about with Pokemon. Have one room that plays. That's like a Pokemon Stadium, and you can actually battle people.
So, what if I told you that Microsoft has something similar that they're already working on called HoloLens?
Piqued my interest.
So, I think they might have. I'm gonna have to look this up just to make sure I'm not wrong, but they were working on HoloLens before, and I think they might have switched off to something similar. Um, they were showing off some things before where it's an all AR environment, and um, you can interact with it, and people can also interact with it at the same time, and you're like collaborating on something. They
Yeah.
more showed it off for like work circumstances more than gaming, but they could easily build off the. No, they showed the HoloLens off for Minecraft years ago, showing how it worked because it was just like the DS for like Nintendo had the DS where you put the cards down and it generated like creatures from that, or like some games where you just move the camera and they put things in the world that you play with. This they
Okay.
showed off Minecraft where it was on a flat surface like a table. They built the world around it and you can move the character and you can see and do things on it. It was a proof of concept. They never put it out, but then just recently they put out commercials for
Hmm.
something similar but in a work environment.
Okay. That would be cool. I'd have to see. I have to see what you were talking about because I think because I'm trying to think. There was a company that's doing something similar to that.
They
Might
have
not.
apps for HoloLens on Microsoft's thing, so I guess it's an actual thing. Like they must have put it out or something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I know. Because I'm trying to think. There was
Oh, they got Yu-Gi-Oh for HoloLens.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
There
Doing
you go.
something like that. Because when you were mentioning the cards on the DS, that's the first thing I could think of is the dual discs in Yu-Gi-Oh and
Hmm.
how cool something like that would be.
Well, they got one going. How you like that?
That's actually pretty cool. Because then, because then you could do that with multiple games. Imagine doing that with Magic.
Yeah, you could pull it off with Magic too. I mean, if people still play it, I'm assuming so. The Pokemon card game. Besides everybody just buying them up to collect them or sell them off, if people are still playing, you can do that with that too.
Yeah, or even Digimon.
Yeah, you did say that there was a Digimon card game, right?
Yeah, I don't. I'm pretty sure it's still. It might still be around, but not.
See, I didn't know that it even existed. Hey, I like Digimon well enough, but I had the Ash shirt, the little pocket Pikachu thing that you carry around. I had blue, I had yellow. I was all Pokemon. Digimon was fun, but I was all Pokemon, so I didn't keep up with it.
They no, they had a curtain. Trust me, not many people knew about it. It was hard to understand.
I believe
Like
it.
it had. I had the cards. I got it. I would collect the cards just because I wanted the Digimon. To couldn't figure out the game.
Hmm.
It was too complicated for me, anyways. Granted,
That's
I was
fine. You
also
have a
a
bunch of
kid.
pretty cards to look at.
Yeah, but it's at the same time you can't do anything with it. Can't. Whereas Pokemon, you could go there. You figure attach energies, they attack. Simple enough.
Yeah, see, that was more simplistic and easy at least. And I feel like
Right.
people who got Pokemon, they jumped off of that, went to Yu-Gi-Oh, and then eventually Magic. At least that was my
Right.
trajectory.
No, agreed. It was along the same lines. I think. Jesus, what was? Yeah, that's exactly how it went with me. I like the Digimon cards, but
Oh well, at least you tried.
very true. Oh, I was stoked when I got one of the Mega Evolutions that came with the movie. So I like, yeah.
What, War Greymon or whatever?
No, it was one was it was the Mega Evolution of Gatomon.
You're gonna have to remind me which one was that. Was that
Ah,
the little hamster looking dude with the big ears?
no, that's Patamon. Gatomon's
Okay.
the cat one.
Oh, right. Because the little hamster looking thing with the ears transforms or digivolves into Anjamon or whatever, the angel dude.
Right.
Yep, I remember
Right.
that. See, I've still got it floating around.
But what's funny is and the movie shows it, but she actually turns into like a giant cat dragon type person in her Mega
What
Evolution,
the
where
hell?
yeah, where the TV show has something completely different.
Really?
Hmm.
Hmm. I don't see me going back and watching those things, but I'll have to take your word for it. So,
Ah, problem.
do you do you have any designs on ever going to see Coachella or keeping up with it or who's performing?
To be honest, I have prior to watching that video, that segment with Hikaru Utada, I have never seen Coachella.
Yeah, that's why I
It's
bring it
always
up
in.
just for you. Figured you'd like that bit of information. I didn't watch it, but I'm assuming that she probably performed Simple and Clean and everything from Kingdom Hearts.
The video I saw was like a 9-minute segment, but if she did Simple and Clean, I'm surprised she didn't do if they were gonna go with the Kingdom Hearts theme, they didn't do Passion from Kingdom Hearts 2, but they did Face My Fears from Kingdom Hearts 3, the one that she collabed with Skrillex.
Interesting. I didn't know that that was a collaboration.
Yeah, are you
Also,
kidding me, Skrillex?
apparently, she owns the rights to all those songs too. Funny enough.
No
Yeah.
shit. That I'm very surprised that Disney let that happen.
I wonder if it was less of a Disney thing and more of just that's how the contract worked um with blanking on their name now, Square Enix.
Yeah. No,
Might
that would make sense.
I mean she is a performer, maybe that's just how she had it worked out.
No,
And I
probably
mean
probably
smart on her part considering how well that song blew up.
Yeah, she wasn't expecting it to go past. She wasn't expecting to come back to do the second game. She was thinking one and done type of thing. That was it.
Mm-hmm. And look at it now. It's crazy how big it's gotten. Do you need another half hour to talk about Kingdom Hearts, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll be a good boy.
Okay.
We'll see you again at the GPA announcement.
Okay. Oh, the emulator thing?
Yep.
That I'm hoping is real. Well, let me rephrase that. I hope that it's true, and I hope that they go about it smartly because, like we talked about earlier, you don't have a Switch. But
Hmm.
if do you know how much Switch Online is and all the stuff that comes with it? So I've got a proposition to see if you would take it.
I think I saw two price points. There was two different tiers. One was, I think the base one was like what, $50, something like that.
Oh God, did they make it 50 as a base now?
I
There's
could,
the single and then there's the family plan, which,
yeah.
it can either be one account on the Switch or all the accounts on the Switch. Um,
Okay.
but with that, you either just get the online, which
Hmm.
includes I think the NES and the SNES emulators for like their catalog of games that they put on there. And then you
Mm-hmm.
can have their expansion stuff, which is the $50 per person or 100 and something per year for the family one. But you get the NES and the SNES, and you get Genesis, and you get N64. It's only a limited catalog. It's not all their games from before,
Mm-hmm.
but for 100 something dollars a year, you get access to those things. You don't have the system, but does that sound worth it to you?
For 100 something, it wouldn't. It's not. If it's closer to the 150 price point, would be worth trying it. Because what else is included in it besides the access to
It's
the
definitely
old
not
stuff?
150. I think it's just over 100 for the year. But you get the Super NES, the NES, the Sega Genesis, and the N64, all those emulators with the catalog of games that they put on there so far. My fear is that if they do bring out the GBA emulator, whether it's like just the Game Boy or Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, that they're going to
Mm-hmm.
increase it more. But if they do that, I don't see people buying it or buying into it. There was already people up in arms when they first introduced the price point for these two things. And they were only going to put out like 6 or 7 N64 games to start with maybe another, I think, 10 that's going to be put out throughout the year. So they're already starting off on a bad foot with not having a giant catalog to begin with to offset the cost of this for people.
Right. The the To test it out, I wouldn't mind if it's within the 150 to 150 100 to $150 price point for the year. I don't mind paying that at least to try it out, just because for Christ's sakes, I pay. Look at what we're paying for streaming services and stuff like that. I think Disney Plus when it came out, I paid maybe what, three? Oh, not even that.
Still
It was
7.99
some.
as far as I know. I think their introductory price was maybe 6.99 and they went up to 7.99 after that and it stayed that.
Oh no, I got the Founders deal when it came out,
Oh, with all
where you
the other
could.
things too?
Yeah, I think it was like it was some really cheap prices. Came out to like 150, 170 for 3 years. Um, and then whatever the price is at that point after the 3 years, that's what you get. But
Okay.
to try something out, I wouldn't mind it. Except my issue is the same thing that you're talking about. That people are up in arms. It's the size of the catalog. If they're looking to expand it, I don't mind paying a little bit more if I actually enjoy it and get other perks with it.
You
But
don't.
if you're gonna keep,
Oh wait, I'm wrong. You do get perks with it. You get two sets of perks so far, and that's it. You get
right.
the new Animal Crossing DLC that they put out, which is like the extra island and designing and all that stuff. And
Hmm.
you get, instead of buying them piecemeal or a, what would you want to call it? Instead of buying like in a lump sum and waiting for each of them to come out, you get access to the Mario Kart 8 tracks that they're bringing out as well by owning the Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack. Without those, you have to buy them separately, but that's also your choice. And just to correct things earlier, you can get the Switch Online in 1, 3, and 12 months. 12 months being only $20. That's just without the expansion. It's $50 with the expansion, which is the Genesis and the N64, the Mario Kart tracks, and the Animal Crossing DLC. The online family plan, if you want to do that for a whole year, is $80.
$80 is in. That's not a bad price point.
It's not bad. It's just that the catalogs are really sparse.
That I haven't, me personally, I haven't looked at the catalog, but to test it out, I wouldn't mind paying it to try it out for the year. And if they obviously expand on it, I'm okay with that. If it goes up a little bit because of the expansion, I'm okay with that. Like I said, the most I'd probably pay for something like that would be $150 for the year, especially where it's introductory type of thing, and they're still trying to expand. As long as they have the promise that they're going to expand and aren't getting ridiculous with it, makes sense. After that, if you don't, then hey, guess what? You don't get my money anymore. I'm done.
So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 games listed that are coming for the N64.
Okay.
Only 15 for this year so far have been announced and are coming.
Yeah.
I think the most recent one that they announced was Mario Kart 64. Mario Golf just came out recently.
Mm-hmm.
I think Majora's Mask is up next on the deck to come out.
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie is out. I think Super Mario 64 is out, and Sin and Punishment is out. There's just a handful of those. But that's all that they've announced that are coming out. These 15 games on here. Genesis has got a handful more, but I mean, for the NES and the Super NES, you're getting games that you've either never heard of, didn't come out here, or you maybe played once or twice while you were a kid.
Right.
So I was all about buying it because me and Meg will play the games off and on. Or there's a handful of N64 games that we can't get that she would love to play, but I'm like, I can't connect the dots and buy the $80 family plan for us.
All right. And, well, you got to think about it from this perspective. It's not because you said the $80 includes the online access, or is that
It includes the online access, yeah.
okay? So where normally online access for the year is $20, you're gonna be poning
For one
that
person.
up. Okay,
that's
even
catch.
better. For $20 for one person, you're paying the one-time $80, and it's as many people in the family plan as they allow.
As many accounts on the Switch, I believe.
Okay. So that's a one-time $80 fee. So let's say you have 4 people to do single. That's already the $80 right there. Even if you just have the one, you're really paying $60 for that extra stuff. How much where you were talking about buying those expansions and stuff like that for like the Mario Kart world that you're talking about?
So those two you do have to pay separately to get. You can't access the virtual console stuff at all without the online stuff.
Okay. So, but
The
where you were
Animal
talking,
Crossing DLC itself is like $25, I think, and then each Mario Kart track is $3 or $5, but you can buy all of them for 25 or 30, something like that.
okay, so 25 to 30. You buy. Granted, this is a recurring yearly thing, but how long are you gonna be playing that same game for years?
See,
As I'm saying that.
that's the thing right there. Is it worth the money for the time that you are investing into it? Especially if the catalog is super sparse and there's nothing you really, nothing that really drives you to go and play those, unless it's something that you remember playing as a kid.
That's what I'm talking about though, where like you may pay that one-time fee for the expansion itself for the newer game that you were just talking about, the Mario Kart, for each individual level. You were saying the whole pack, the whole expansion was $25.
Something like
Okay,
that,
the
yeah.
original 20. So 25, $20, that's $45 of the $80. So you're paying another what? $35 at that point. for all those other add-ons. And like I said, it's how long are you going to be playing that Mario Kart until the next iteration comes out? Or
Funny you mentioned that.
they say, yeah, I know. I'm saying this when last podcast I was talking about me ponying up the money for Brawl on the Switch and on the Wii.
Well, I'm saying funny you mentioned that about Mario Kart because the most recent one that came out was like that virtual tour, which is the little toy and it's all AR basically.
Right.
But people have been talking about when are they going to make an actual Mario Kart sequel? When are they going to make a new one? And we kind of got that answer with all these tracks. They're not going to make one anytime soon because they're just re-releasing tracks from all the old games now for this one because Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or whatever the version is that they put out or the last one that they put out was is what everybody plays. It
Right.
is like a perfect Mario Kart game. All they got to do is just release the tracks and they'll just keep printing money. So
Right.
the question is, are they going to make a new one? And if so, when?
Right.
Which I don't see happening
Then
anytime soon.
I think that's where you got to weigh the checks and balances and see what's worth it to you. If you want to give it a try, that first year alone, you paying the $80 upfront fee for the whole family plan and testing and trying out that program for the year. After a year, if you didn't like it, you get off of it, and if you really wanted the expansion, you're gonna pony up the $25 anyways to get it, so that you own own the rights to be able to have that DLC outside of the program.
Yeah. See that's exactly what I did. I haven't bought anything special. I kept our family plan as it was and just bought the DLC stuff because we're gonna play that for sure. I
Right.
need more incentive to actually get the family plan for the other expansion stuff. There's just not enough
Right.
there. Even with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on there, I just can't do it. And all she wants to do is play Quest 64, so that's not even on there.
Yeah. So then it's a matter of your personal preference. Me personally, I wouldn't mind do it, test it out. If I don't like it, there out the window it goes.
Okay, interesting. Uh, uh, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Talking about emulators and stuff, I showed you the news that they were working on actual big budget Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio titles. Did you ever play the Dreamcast?
I did not. I
Did you
think I've
ever
played.
play Crazy Taxi at like a demo at a store or anything like that? Do you
Uh,
know of Jet Set Radio? Oh, then you can't share in my excitement. I can't wait.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. They were those games like defined the Dreamcast when they first came out too. They were so good. It's just the gameplay itself and the music was phenomenal. I go back and listen to the Jet Set Radio soundtrack every so often because it is that good. And Amelia is listening to it now and she likes it. She keeps saying, "Put on this song, put on that song." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I got it super excited when when Sega kind of announced that they were making them. The only issue with that is, I don't know how well versed you are in NFTs, but they are kind of pushing that, saying that's one of the next forms of gaming or game development. Like NFTs are going to be inside of games. I don't agree
Wow.
with that.
I thought NFT
Just
was just
making
like
games
picture.
with or on the blockchain. Like there have been a handful of studios that have been trying to include that sort of shit in their games or make it like a key aspect of playing it. And they haven't
Okay.
done so well, which is good because the shit does not need to creep into this.
I really I, I I really need to look at the NFTs more because I always thought it was like little pictures of gifts and stuff like that, and people were paying ridiculous amount of money for that.
That's
How would
part of
you
it.
apply that to me?
That is part of it. I know last week in our doc we didn't talk about it, but Ghost Recon is not making any more content for their game right now.
Okay.
Ubisoft was pushing NFTs in that game as well, where if you did something or if you played a certain amount of time, you got a special NFT helmet that was
Okay.
your helmet, and that was it, and you could sell it off and or sell it to somebody or do whatever with it. I think. What do you do with that now that the game is not getting any more content and is bleeding players? That thing is basically worthless now.
Right, exactly. I don't I don't like that aspect. I don't mind giving individual content that's specific to you. That's pretty cool. Like you see like where we were talking about anime earlier, like SAO and stuff like that. Having content that's tailored specifically to you that you can say, "Hey, nobody else has," type of thing to show off and stuff like that. That's awesome. That is, at least in my opinion, uh, that is the dream type of thing where you can say, "Hey, this is mine." But the fact that you're not gonna add create more content and stuff because you're only focusing on that's not right either.
Let me see if I can
'Cause I kind of
find where they talked about it too. Didn't mean to cut you
that,
off. You can
that
keep going.
no, it's okay. That defeats the purpose of the thing. I'm like, I wouldn't mind collecting custom gear and stuff like that. That's specifically just to me. I think that would be pretty cool.
But on the
But I
flip
guess
side, you
that's
basically have that already with games with customization options like swapping out the heads and colors and pieces of your armor and things like that. You're still making your character based off you. You just don't have to get money involved.
right. I think it brings back to what we were talking about last time, where I'm like, it's people shouldn't have to pay for stuff like that. Make it achievements. Like maybe like a piece of let's say you do a quest. For example, you see it a lot. I keep saying it, but like in a lot of like the animes about like JRPGs and stuff like that, you have the main character go do a quest and they complete the quest themselves or some obscure quest and they get some really random armor that has an ability that nobody else has and nobody else will have.
So back in the day, Xbox had something kind of like that. Not that it was only made for you or you were the only person who can get it. But in some games, you can get achievements in those games which would give you pieces of clothing for your avatar or different props and things
Mm.
like that. Everybody could get them. You would just have to play the game and get the achievement to do so. But it's along those lines.
Right.
Let's see.
And I played other games that are similar to that. I think just having the aspect that there's something that only one person can get type of thing. Granted, I could also see problems with that too, where um hackers and stuff uh, try to uh, break who was honest and actually played. I don't know. I don't know if it's the little kid inside me being naive, but
No, I don't see NFTs working the way that people want them to, but it's
mm,
an interesting idea to have certain things made for like just you from a game. To me, this sounds more like, and I don't mean this in a literal sense, a metaverse thing, where say you
mm,
had something like the Oasis from Ready Player One, where you're in a game, but you can
yeah,
visit all the worlds from any game that you want, and you can get things from those.
right.
But then
That
that's
was
kind of
awesome.
like, that's just making it part of your life, I guess. It would just be
Right.
weird.
It would, but the way things are going, it's starting to sound like Ready Player One's going to be happening a lot.
Yeah,
Actually, come to reality.
in some ways, yeah. Speaking of games being part of your life, WoW revealed their next expansion.
They're
I don't
bringing
play
back.
WoW, but Meg did. I did
I
not
did
care.
not. I wanted to. I just couldn't justify paying the monthly subscription fee.
They had like weekly or monthly trials that you could do too, which is what I did for a while because my friends were like, "You gotta try it, you gotta play it," and I tried. And I'm like, "I don't like it. It sucks." But
Right.
I told her the information, and she's like, "Oh, that's cool." So I don't know if she was excited or not. It's been forever since she played it too, but it's cool that they're bringing dragons. Dragons are cool.
I like pandas better.
They had that Mists of Pandaria DLC or not DLC expansion.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Didn't a whole bunch of people hate that?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think people were too keen on it, just because like there was a lot of Kung Fu Panda references to it.
Yeah.
Like that was the main joke of it. But I think it was actually a pretty decent expansion.
I never played it. I just thought it was awesome.
It was interesting.
It really was it? Did it actually come out around the time Kung Fu Panda did? I thought it was
Uh,
before that.
I it was after. I'm pretty sure. I
Was
got
it?
my computer
Okay.
here. Why don't we look? Let's look up the release dates for these things. Ready? Kung Fu Panda release date. June 6, 2008.
Okay.
Remember that. Miss
Okay.
of Pandaria release date. Oh shit. 4 years after, September 25th, 2012.
No shit.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
still,
So yeah, I
it's a
guess the
freaking.
jokes were all apt. Kind of welcomed it.
I don't. I don't see any problem with that. I think that's pretty damn cool. The hell. You got a goddamn panda. What are you complaining about?
I guess you gotta really like pandas. I don't know. I don't really know what all the issues in hubbub was. I am not a WoW player. I'm not worried about it. It's cool enough that they're bringing dragons back to the game and it's supposed to be set in Azeroth again. And that is the extent of my knowledge.
Mm.
I just know they had like Shadowlands or Shadow something as the last one, and it was Meg's favorite character was like she turned bad, but she was doing things for a good reason. I'll have to ask her to give me the rundown. Don't know anything about it.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, remember last week how I told you and we talked a little bit about advertising in video games and how Xbox was making a system to allow for ads in games?
Yeah.
Apparently, this week Sony put out something saying that they were, well, maybe not them put it out, but there was a report saying that they were working on similar technology too.
And that makes sense.
I'm not surprised. You're right, it does make sense.
I'm surprised that they're not doing it sooner. To be honest.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's just capitalizing on advertising, and they could have done that like at the forefront of all this. But I feel like if
Yeah.
they came on too strong, nobody would go for it.
Mm. I think, like I said last week, I think if they tied it in with the aspect of like you don't have to pay for expansions, you get all the updates for free and stuff like that, and that advertisement goes into paying for that. I think people would be a lot more keen to it, to be honest.
Absolutely.
As long-
If you told me that games were gonna or ads were gonna subsidize the cost of video games right now, I'm all right with it. So long as the game doesn't stop to show me a scrolling ad or something like on phones, that's fine.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
has to be relegated to background noise. It has to be an advertisement placed in the world on a billboard or like a soda machine or like hell,
Yeah, just like
even put McDonald's or Burger King as a restaurant in a game. So long as you're not making it a quest to say, "Oh, we have to go to McDonald's and let's get the Big Mark or Big Mark, the Big Mac TM." Anything like that. So long as it's not part of the game or it becomes part of the game's identity, it's just background noise. That's fine.
right.
But I don't see it subsidizing the cost of games. That money that they're getting from the advertisers to put money from the advertisers to put into the games is just going to go to the studios that are developing it to pay their people.
Right. I can see that too, to be
That's just
honest.
me being cynical.
Oh, agree. Agreed. Um, yeah, because I can just see it worked for movies. What the hell?
Wait, what do you
When
mean work for movies?
that that's how movies got their budgets. They got it from advertisers. Like one of the biggest problems that they had with one of the Christopher Reeves movies is they had Superman fly into a Marlboro truck because Marlboro paid them.
It's like, here, destroy some of our shit for us.
Yeah, because their logo's plastered on the side of a
Yeah,
truck.
all right. That, that I mean, that
Or
makes sense. In Friends, they had all the TiVo shit. That
yeah,
makes sense too.
or look at Billy Madison. For the longest time, the subway is what paid for the movie.
Did it really? Is that why he like made it a point to do a Subway commercial in the movie?
Right, and he was wearing a Subway shirt and everything.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a movie thing. Like it was a normal transition to I'm good at golf, they're gonna pay me to advertise, and then it was just part of the movie. I didn't realize it was Subway saying, "Hey, put us in the movie, and we'll give you money
Right,
for it."
right, exactly. That's why if you see them play it on TV now, they blank out that part
Oh
isn't even
shit,
on
do
there.
they really?
They
I need
blank
to
it on
watch it on cable now and see that happen. I did not know that was a thing.
the.
My
I
mind
could be
is
wrong, but I'm
honestly
pretty.
blown.
But a movie, big companies do that all the time. Like if you see Coca-Cola or whatever. For example, when you see, I didn't know this and didn't realize it until I heard somebody say it. Like Apple, they will give TV companies phones for the main characters to use, but the bad guy can never have an iPhone
That makes sense.
because they don't want to be associated to the bad guy.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's just like when they were designing their products back in the day and were like registering things for I blank word for
Right.
like say the iPhone or the iMac and things like that. The iPad originally someone shot out the name iSlate because it looks like a slate of brick or rock or something like that. The only
Right.
catch to that is if you split up the word, it can spell out is late. And they probably don't want that the views of it being something that's super slow or takes too much time
Right.
to work or run. So they were like, we're not doing iSlate, we're doing iPad. So I feel like it's along those lines. Yeah, that makes sense not to give the villain the iPhone.
Oh, absolutely. And it makes you'd be surprised at how much money gets invested by companies into this type of stuff,
I
and you
probably
have
wouldn't
no
be
idea.
surprised. I'd probably be more surprised at how much advertising is in movies that I just miss.
Pretty much, and I think that's where my whole thing was. I'm surprised they're not doing it now in video games or haven't been doing it already.
Hmm.
If they are, I'm pretty sure they are. There's no way they're not. But are
Well, they're
more for
developing the technology. I don't see it being in games right now.
well, no, I'm not saying like updating, but like say for example, one of the games that I remember playing when I was younger was not Sammy Sosa, Slugfest.
Hmm.
Um,
Backyard baseball.
yeah, yeah, that's basically it is, and it's it allows you to beat up people by beating them and stuff like that, and that's how they got power ups if they get pissed off
What?
enough.
Are you
And
serious? I didn't know that.
dead serious. And then at the beginning of at as the game's loading, you can actually press a whole bunch of buttons to get codes.
Hmm.
And it'll change the look of your character. Not to go on a tangent, I apologize. You
Nah.
can be you can
No,
be
this
set
is
up as a
interesting. This
clown.
shit I didn't know about a game. Talk to me.
Um, and if you put in certain codes, you can your entire team gets turned into either clowns, minotaurs. Uh,
Did this
right.
game come before um oh god, what is that? Not Barkley Shut Up and Jam, but the NBA game similar. It's like a 2-on-2. They just re-released it a couple years they remastered it actually and brought it out a couple years ago. What the fuck is it?
I have no. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the
Like the
name.
announcer would always go from downtown and shit like that.
I know it's on the tip of my tongue, but I have no
Yeah,
idea.
but that's the way you're describing it is what's making me think about that game too.
I would not be surprised if it's the same developers.
We're gonna
Uh,
finish and I'm gonna
I've never.
remember it. Watch.
But yeah, but um, to reiterate what I was thinking, like what we were talking about in the games, how actual baseball fields they have the advertisements in the background. I wouldn't be surprised if some company paid say, hey, as you're developing the game, we'll give you this amount of money to help with this game. We want our logo on this billboard or whatever for this
Right.
particular stadium. And I'm sure they're doing that. I don't pay attention enough, but do the similar type of update, but make it live. And for so long, they have that type of thing. But like I
Sorry.
said,
I'm looking up that thing. I gotta figure out the name of it. Not NBA Jam. It's not Barkley Shut Up and Jam either. Come on, what is it? College Slam, no. Looney Tunes B-Ball, no. Didn't know that that was a thing. Is it NBA Jam? No, it can't be.
For some reason, I want to say NBA All Star Slam, but I could be wrong.
Don't know. Oh god, I'm looking at all the names now, and now I'm gonna be so confused. Hey, Barkley Shut Up and Jam is at the top. It's not it though. Can't be. This is gonna kill me. Arch rivals. What the fuck is it? Uh, it's got to be NBA Jam. Yep, it was NBA Jam. I'm looking at screenshots of it. It was absolutely NBA Jam. Yep. Okay, got it. Anyway, moving on.
Yep, I derailed the whole conversation.
No, that's fine. With character customization, let's come back to that.
Yeah.
Trying to think of how to transition to this now. With character customization and things being tailored to you and your playstyle and whatnot and how you want them to look, the new Saints Row game finally showed off their character customization thing. And I don't know if you played all the other Saints Row, but ever since the first one, but I feel like they've gotten wackier and crazier from 2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
The new stuff that they're showing off in this game is pretty fucking cool. Like, I'm a big Saints Row fan. I like 2. 3 was great. 4 was pretty good. Gat Out of Hell was okay. Their foray into a different title didn't do so well with Agents of Mayhem. Not that great.
Mm.
But they carried characters over from Saints Row, which was interesting. It was like things rebooted after the 4th game. But since they're going back to this, they really upped the game with all the customization options and stuff. Besides just customizing your character like from crazy ass colored or like hues and colors and shades to your skin. Like you could be I want to say you can be like a monochromatic blue person if you really wanted to. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can customize your guns and your rides and everything from your character and probably your gang as well and shit like that. But they were touting it as less crazy, but once they showed off the customization, it's like, okay, the crazy's still there.
Right. Basically, they're leaving the craziness up to you at that point. If you wanted yours to look like the Joker gang, you're more than welcome to try.
They still got the normal zany Saints Row feel to the game, but it's more grounded in reality, but still kind of off the wall, which is cool. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it at first when they showed off how it looked. I'm like, oh no, what happened to the crazy? But then they started showing more and more. I'm like, okay, it's still there. It's just more real. They're still the characters are still kind of over the top and have their own personalities and stuff, which is cool. But seeing that, it got me excited for the game at least, because I was not keen on it at first. It is. It's definitely something different, and they were supposed to be like the answer to GTA first, till they discovered, oh, this thing is getting more eyeballs than whatever. So we're just gonna lean hard into the zany stuff that's going on, and that's how they became what they did. But it seems like everything's becoming more, for lack of a better term, realistic looking, which is, what the game looks like now. But it's still cool. Still looks nice. It's pretty. It looks like it'll be fun. And that's all I'm really worried about.
It's just a matter of trying it out. You don't like it,
that is their message too. They're like, just try it.
Right. Because that's one of the things that I'm not caring for games recently. They're a lot of the same, and I know it's a lot of the same complaints. It's first person shooters, a lot of Call of Duty stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want to buy the same game over and over again. And
well, your your prayers might have been answered with Call of Duty at least, because they are not putting out a game every year like they did. They're taking a break to kind of visit the drawing board again. So maybe they'll change it up finally.
I hope so.
I say finally, but they did do that every so often throughout the last couple of years. But it feels like nothing's really stuck besides Battle Royale.
I'm just more concerned with a lot of games turning out like that for a while, and that's what kind of turned me off to gaming for a little while,
A lot of
and why.
samey.
Yeah,
The thing that frustrated me in the last couple of years is everything had to be battle royale.
yeah,
I I get that people like to follow trends, and sure, it tends to make you money, especially if you implement it well. But the sheer abundance of it and all the stuff that came out for it and what they tried to stick into things and stuff, I was just like, this is too much. So I'm glad to see that things are not going that way anymore. I'm just wondering what's next. Like, what's going to come after Battle Royale? And I think Halo Infinite is getting its own version of that now with the new maps that are coming out in May too. Which I don't know how I feel about that because I just watched the trailer today talking about some of the new modes, and one of them
yeah,
was Last Spartan Standing with moving zones, and you have to stay in those zones so you don't die, and the last one alive wins. Sure as
yeah.
hell sounds like Battle Royale to me. And if I'm not
Pretty much.
mistaken, 343 at the start of this was saying, we're not going to do Battle Royale. That's not what Halo is. And now they're putting it out, so what are you going to do?
If that's what pays the bills, they'll do what they have to do.
I guess, sure, but Halo Infinite, the multiplayer, was already a free-to-play game supported by microtransactions. You buy customization shit for your little doll.
Right. I Trust me. I'm of the same opinion as you. I don't. That kind of the point. I don't. Me personally, I'm not. Other than Destiny, I'm not a shoot 'em up type person. I don't like those type of games. I like Destiny because it actually had a story. If it was all about the battle royale, I'm done. Sorry, no, I'm playing. If I'm playing
Well,
a game,
that's
I'm
what
want to
Fortnite started off as, and then they turned it into like a full-fledged story spanning seasons too now.
right. And I'm just no,
And
I'm
I
good.
would
I
say that
suck.
I'm not a shooter person. Sorry to cut you off. I'm not a shooter person either, but I played Halo religiously for years on couple at like a couple different teams as well. I lived
Yeah.
Halo for a couple of years. So, I'm saddened by what's going on with Infinite, but at the same time, I get it. It's sad, but it keeps me away too, because they've still got problems they need to fix in that game anyway. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, what I was saying was I suck at shooter games, to be honest. And if I'm gonna be playing a game, it's to forget what I'm doing. It's not to get aggravated because I'm getting owned by a
By a
5-year-old.
sweaty 14-year-old sitting in his mom's
Yeah,
basement just taking you out. I
yeah.
gotcha. That's why you don't play multiplayer.
No, I'm sorry. Nope.
I don't blame you at all.
Even that. And if I'm gonna be spending money, I want to enjoy the story. To be honest, I think that's what turned me off for Destiny at the beginning.
That's
But
fair.
like you said, it
They've
got
stepped up
better.
their shit with their story lately. Like if you haven't played it in a while, so me and you should play again soon. I'll
Yeah.
drag you through the Witch Queen campaign. That is a really good story that they put out. It's definitely worth playing.
Hmm. Have to give it a shot.
Did you keep up with the story at all? Like, do you know what's gone on from Destiny 2 start till now?
Not the start of two, I think. I think I got off two when just before Cade 6 getting nixed, pretty much.
Spoilers. Nah, it's old. It's fine.
if
Okay, so
you
you did
if you know,
what was that? Forks.
yeah,
You did Forsaken. Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, that was that one that was out when he got axed. Well, shot. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll walk you through the story, or I can point you in the right direction if you want to read more about it. So that way you're caught up on the Witch Queen.
Yeah, not a problem.
It's
But
good, man. Ooh, if we can get your character high enough, me, you, and my sister's husband can all play in a fire team, and we can run some of the dungeons and stuff too. Me and him duo those, and those are fun. So all three of us will make it even more fun.
That'd be perfect. I was actually very disappointed that they reset my level.
Oh, you're gonna be disappointed because they reset it again.
No.
Yeah. So with Witch Queen, they why I can't fucking talk tonight. With Witch Queen, they reset everybody to 1350, and then your max, I think, like your soft cap is 1500 or 1550 or 1520,
Yeah.
something like that. And then you play the harder stuff like your pinnacles and things like that to push yourself up to 1550. And that's like for the raid purposes and things like that. But everybody started off at 1350 again. You kept all the stuff you had. It was just everything was set to 1350 as a power level.
Yeah. That sucks.
Well, I mean,
I
it
think.
gives everybody an equal playing field.
Yeah.
And this is also a big expansion. And it's not just one of the little story beats and then you do a couple things for a few months and then they change it out to a new one, how they did with like Forsaken and Beyond Light. This is like not on the size of it, but back in D1 they had the Taken King, which was like a
Yeah.
full fledged. It could have been a game if they added a little more to it that would stand on its own. That's how big this expansion is supposed to be.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
And
so
I
there's
and I re-
plenty of shit to do.
oh, I remember the Taken King. That was fun.
hmm So if you like that, you'll definitely like this.
And I think, oh, absolutely, because I think that's what got me excited when I first saw the sword. And I'm like, I hope they bring this, and I was very happy when they did.
If you don't start playing soon, I think there's one more Iron Banner left. There is a sword in Iron Banner that looks like a lightsaber. Yeah, so you'd have to play a little bit of Iron Banner, which is against a couple other sweaty people, but you have a chance of getting it. I can't tell
Make
if
me
you're
work for
thrilled
it,
or
aren't you?
scared. You looked excited and terrified at the same time.
I want the lightsaber,
I
but
want
I'm
it, but
going
I
to
don't want to
get
put the effort in. Now, I don't play Iron Banner myself, so I don't have it either. But if you wanted to work towards it, I'm willing to play.
I'll look into it. We'll see.
So speaking of Destiny and Ghosts, the
Mhm.
Ghostbusters VR game got a trailer, or a teaser at least.
Okay.
Do you like Ghostbusters?
Uh,
Do you like
I do,
busting
and
ghosts?
I like the original movies. I have not didn't care for the Melissa McCarthy one, but I do want to
I
see the.
I don't think anybody did, unfortunately. People said
Yeah.
it was all right, but I don't know. Have you
I
seen
don't know.
what's the new one, Afterlife?
I haven't, but I want to.
Unfortunately, I have no interest. It'd be cool to see if it's just on, but I'm not going to seek it out. Sorry.
Why not? Etiquette.
Uh, I don't know. Like I like the original movies; they were good. I remember a lot of things from them. I love the song,
Hmm.
but that's as far as it goes. There's just nothing about it that makes me say, "Oh, I want to seek this out and I want to collect all these toys or I want to play the old games with them or anything like that." I'm just Ghostbusters is cool. Hard stop.
Fair enough.
I like what I like. That's what I have to tell everybody. I like what I like and I don't like what I don't like. I'm open-minded. I'll give it a shot. If I don't like it, at least I tried it.
Fair enough. So I'm assuming once it hits like Netflix or something like that, that'll be your chance to watch it.
Maybe. Something will have to actually make me watch it. I'm not just
Uh,
gonna say, "Hey, it's on, time to watch it," because the new Batman movie's on HBO. I can easily go and watch it, but I'm not pushing myself to do so.
Wait, you're talking about the Robert Pattinson ones on there?
It's on HBO Max now.
I am surprised.
I know, really quick.
Yeah, and I thought, and I heard good things about that one.
So have I.
I would have thought they would have had it out longer. But hey,
I'm gonna wait for Meg one of these days and see if she wants to watch it. She's a big Batman person.
I didn't I didn't want to go watch it in theaters just because I didn't want to. I was worried about how it was going to be.
hmm
To be honest, and to be honest, I'd rather watch Marvel movies right now.
I mean, they seem to have their shit together, so I don't blame you. Oh,
Pretty
that's what I
much.
was gonna do. I was gonna watch Moon Knight. I gotta make time for that sale.
Mm-hmm.
I saw
Same.
some reviews about episode 4 and they were all praising it, saying it's great. And they were talking about the inspiration from the comics that they drew for it, too. Not going to spoil anything because I don't know anything about the comics or the show, so I'm just going to watch it.
Same. I just The only thing I know about it is people have likened Moon Knight to Marvel's version of Batman outside of Iron Man.
Hmm.
But I'm like, I'm still gonna watch it though because he looks kind of badass.
Oh,
At least
along.
the
Go ahead.
no, at least the comic depictions of him, the way he looks in pictures, I think he looks badass enough that I'm like, yeah, I go want to watch it.
So also along those lines of old shows from when we were a kid or movies and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I don't know if you kept up with it, knew about it, care about it, but another thing that I'm super excited about is the new TMNT game. It reminds me so much of the old Super NES games that they had. It's just a side-scrolling beat 'em up game, just like Streets of Rage, which I mentioned to you last week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's
I
turtles,
never.
man. It
Are you
looks
kidding me?
so good. It it really reminds me of like the old cartoons too. And I grew up on Ninja Turtles, so of course I'm biased and I love them. Love all the
I
original live action movies. I love the cartoon from the old days. The new cartoons on Nickelodeon are all right. But as soon as I saw this coming out, I'm like, it's a beat 'em up game. It's TMNT, and it sounds like the old shit. I'm in. And it's being produced by the same people who did Streets of Rage 4, which was an awesome game if you like side scrollers too. I'm sorry, it's being
I,
published by them. It's not being made by them. It's being made by a different company, funny enough, but it looks good. So I'm not going to complain. If Dotemu is putting it out, it's got to be good.
not to mention, I'm pretty sure if a game company that is known for those type of games is going to put their name out on the line to publish something,
That's the
they
thing. If
they
they're
at least
willing, if they're willing to publish this game for another company, then I'm sure that they know something about it.
right. I think that'd be cool. I'll check out the trailer after this just because me huge. I was a big Ninja Turtles fan. Didn't play the games, but I watched the TV shows, watched the movies. Obviously, my favorite was Michelangelo.
Leonardo, man. Leo all the way.
Nah, Mikey was the big old goofball. I'm okay with
What
that.
about Krang? Krang was a good character.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh shit, they had an old fighting game on the Super NES too, which was really weird. I just remember that thing. You got to like, you could play a Shredder fighting a giant man bat.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something else.
Maybe it'll end up in the Switch catalog.
I'm pretty sure it will. I think it's coming out for everything. Let me check. As far as I know, it's definitely Xbox and PS. Where is my mouse? Where did my mouse go? There it is. It is definitely for Xbox and PS4 and 5, I think. It's got to be for the Switch too. If it's not, that wouldn't make any sense.
Oh no, I was joking about about the old game being released in the emulator catalog.
Oh, you know what?
If you tell me it is on there,
I don't think so, but I'm second guessing myself. I don't think that's the case. I'm gonna err on the side of caution and say no, it's not. But I gotta check to make sure.
oh Jesus.
Yeah, so the new one is out this summer. Still no solid date. Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. Yep, makes sense. Let's see if it is on the Virtual Console or not. I don't think it is. Oh, I was gonna say no way. Says that the original NES game of Ninja Turtles was removed from the Wii's Virtual Console, not the Switch. So the Wii had it on there for a while.
So
Looks
we got
like,
it.
yeah, looks like it's not. But people are saying that it should be. So the Super NES games and the NES games, people are saying should be put on the Switch, but they're not. So do with that as
So,
you will.
so basically, if enough people put up a stink, it might go back on.
Highly doubtful because it's Nintendo when they do things their way, but doesn't hurt to ask. Million people strong, you know? Who
Very
knows?
true.
Oh, one last exciting bit of news. And I
What?
wish that I got tickets ahead of time, but me and Meg keep putting it off and keep getting screwed over instead of buying tickets. PAX East is this weekend up in Boston.
Oh, geez.
Have you ever been to any of those conventions yet?
I have not, but I want to.
It is so worth it. We went to PAX 1 year and oh, it was so much fun. It was definitely worth the price of admission just to walk around everything and see all the new games that are coming out and what's being made and actually meeting people from like the industry or from like we went specifically because a group online that we used to watch for a while was there with a couple people from like their troop.
Hmm.
Um, there was I'll just fucking say it. It was Rooster Teeth, the same people who did RBB.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had four different people there, and we got to meet. I went 2 days. She went one. We met two of the people who made one of their shows that she was super excited to meet.
Yeah.
And then the following day, I was wandering around and I met Jack from Achievement Hunter, just like hanging out, walking around, and doing shit. So that was cool. But just the sheer size of some of these booths and the things that we're putting out, and the fact that they had like indie games that were in like set up in booths or their own little kiosks and stuff, and just to see what they were making, it was cool.
Mm.
It's worth going at least one day just to see everything.
Now, what are the tickets at now? Do you remember? Do you know?
They ain't cheap, man.
I could imagine.
I'm gonna say like a day pass is $60.
But like
I'm
you said, that's worth.
probably wrong on that, but I'm just guessing. I think it's like $60 for one day, and then for like, I think it's Friday to Sunday is probably like 150 or more. Let's see
That's
here.
not bad.
That's not bad, but remember, shit doesn't really change from day to day besides panels. I mean, if you're only going to really listen to the panels each day and keep up with that stuff, sure, probably worth it. But if you're just going there to wander the floor, you're going to see the same thing 3 days in a row.
Fair enough.
Oh,
But
oh, it says
at the same
4 day
time, if you're the
passes.
person that's buying if you're the type of person that's buying a 3 day, 4 day passes, that's exactly what you're doing. You're going to every panel.
Wow. Okay. So it goes from Thursday to Sunday. Interesting. So each day alone is $62.
Mhm.
I don't know why it's not a round number or anything, but it says $62. So if you only want to go the weekend,
Yeah.
about $130. You
Okay.
can get all 4 days in a bundle for 235.
That's a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
And it's not really a deal.
I mean, quick math, it's what, 124 for 2 days together, that's 248. You're saving a little bit of money, saving like $15. I know it's not much, but you're still saving money. Hey,
So,
I didn't make up the prices.
it's okay.
But yeah, so I guess it started today. Here I thought it was only a 3 day thing like before, but no, it's 4 days. I'm gonna have to see if anything came out from PAX today and keep up with it throughout the weekend.
Yep.
Sometimes they'll announce things there, sometimes they'll show off new things or like you'll actually be able to play things for the first time on the floor.
Yeah.
All depends on who's there and what they're showing.
Very true.
So I'm gonna have to keep an eye and an ear out and see what there is.
Yeah. Pretty safe to say Square's probably not gonna have anything new or anything like that. So
Um, Probably not. I mean, what are they focused on right now besides Final Fantasy?
well, they just did the 20th anniversary announcement for Kingdom Hearts. So if that's their major project right now,
Yeah, I think that would be it, but they wouldn't bring that to show because there's nothing to show.
right?
I don't know.
That's why.
I don't even know who's there at PAX this time. Don't know who's got booths, so you never know.
Watch we get some surprise announcement. It's like, oh shit.
That'd be cool. I'm down for that. I mean, we lost E3 this year. We might as well get as many announcements as we can get from now until December.
Now, why did we? What ended up? Oh my god! Just because I only realized when it comes up once they actually are broadcasting it. Why no E3 this year?
I think it was a combination of problems, like COVID itself, um,
Yeah.
and then they had to do it virtual for the last 2 years, and I don't think they did it last year, and they canceled it this year because not enough people going, not enough things to put into it. A lot of the big name companies were pulling out, like Sony, the year before last, since they didn't have it last year. Sony pulled out. Actually, I think it was a couple of years before that. Sony was like one of the first names to drop out and say, we're not going to have a booth at E3. We're just going to do our own thing. And that's when they started doing their state of plays, kind of like how Nintendo does their treehouse events and stuff like that. They'll still put on an
Right.
E3 show, but they still do their own treehouse shit, just like Xbox doesn't do it. But Xbox was like, they took that and ran with it that year when Sony wasn't there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a lot of people aren't going to E3 these days, and companies like Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo and even Devolver now are like, we can do the same thing and not send anybody out. You can just do it all in house, put it up online, and get the same results.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
so now we've lost E3, but now we've got the Game Awards at the end of the year where they start announcing all the big games that are coming out too. So lose one, gain one. Still getting some game announcements throughout the year, starting in some summer anyway. It's just not the same without E3 because that was always something to look forward to, and you know that the summer is coming when that hits.
Oh, absolutely. I think that was my big one of my favorite things to do is when I get the announcement. Like I said, I don't know when it releases until like I get the notification. Hey, that week E3. I'll see what's going to be announced. I'll look for each individual day's announcements and say, okay, this is going to be released. I need to make sure I need to pay attention to that particular company's announcements to see, hey, is this going to come out?
Mm-hmm. Oh well. Maybe we'll get a different alternative than E3, or maybe this will be the new norm. Everybody will do their own thing, and we'll just get everything piecemeal.
Unfortunately, I can see that. I can see that happen. Like, or maybe
Well,
they decide to do their own version of like Disney Plus Day or
that'd be interesting. Like call it E3 day without the E3.
something.
It'd be interesting. Oh, you know what? You say that Microsoft has like deals based on days and things like that sometimes too. So I can see that.
What do you mean?
They just had like a spring sale when it turns spring. They're probably gonna have a summer sale when it turns summer. They have like day after Christmas sales, New Year's Eve sales, things like that.
Oh, okay.
So why not
Yeah,
just say like an E3 sale and it just be centered around E3 stuff?
yeah, because actually the PlayStation was doing that for a while. Whenever they announced stuff on E3 or whatever, they would have you can either pre-order it off the PlayStation Store or like prior E3 games or whatever that were the big announcements that had been released. You can get them for cheaper or whatever.
Hmm.
That, that's how I got, or at least with the spring sales. That's how I got the Final Fantasy games on the PlayStation 3 because
Cool.
they had them marked down big time.
Hmm. All right.
I'm a cheap bastard.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I wait until shit goes on sale all the time. Even if the game is like 3 years old. If I don't have it and it's cheap, I'm gonna buy it. Just so I can
Oh,
try it.
absolutely.
That's why I like Game Pass. I can try games out to see if I like them or not, and then I buy them.
Fair.
That's a conversation for another day. All right. I think we're gonna have to call it here because I think we've been going on for like 2 hours, a little over the 2 hours. Close to it. No. What time do we start? 8:30? Close to 9?
I want to say
I'll say an
something
hour
like
and a
that.
half. It's been at least that.
My clock's all messed up. So.
That's fine. All right.
Alrighty.